where the date that you could find on the pictures is 2020. So my question to you is it the date in which the photos were transferred on the SD card, or is it the date in which they were captured with the J5 camera?
Okay. Ngicela uphinde ngichaze kahle lena. Le ithombe kule ithombe okhona ukusibona uma ngabe sivela. Siyakhomba ukuthi iSamsung J5.
Can I explain this in this following manner? With regards to these pictures, if you are opening the picture, it can show you that it was taken by a Samsung or with a Samsung J5.
And then i-date le elapha ayisoze yachange ilanga isithombe esasiku J5 esangena ngasayofika ku SD card.
The date that is depicted on that said picture, it is the date in which that photo was transferred to the SD card.
Thank you. It was also put to you that you are not an official identification expert, correct?
That is correct.
When you were identifying these photos on Exhibit DD4B, were you using observations or you using expertise?
I was making use of my own observations.
And then from what you have downloaded in 2021 and this exhibit DD4B, do you see any fault with these two exhibits?
No.
Are these identical photos?
What's the objection about?
I only see one photo and
no,
one
argue that,
edit.
Mr. Ramosepele'S. Otherwise, we'll never finish this case.
I'm referring, Mr.
Ramosepele'S. Wait. You're talking about identical?
Yes, DD4B as well as the...
Or similar. Is it identical or similar?
Or similar, yes.
Yeah,
and I'm referring to
language, as I understand.
I'm referring to this exhibit in my hand. Comparing to the downloads that he has done. Mr. Ramosepele, you recall when he gave evidence, he was comparing this as well as the downloads.
Now, what are you arguing about? Because it appears both of you are arguing at cross purposes. What is the objection to the...
Let him proceed.
No.
My initial misunderstanding or understanding was on these two images that are there to say, are they identical photos? I said, only see one photo and one ID kit. There's no two photos.
Yeah, quite.
Yes.
I don't know if the doctor, do you see two photos there?
I was not even referring to these, my lord.
Oh, you're not even referring to them?
No.
Yeah. I thought all of us sitting in this court know that this is a graphic representation by Mrs. Steenkamp.
That's correct, my lord.
I thought we all know that. Now, if we're going to go up and forth, if one has been in this courtroom for 2 years and it still confuses a photograph, this is a photograph, with a lithograph, then we've got serious problems.
First of all, I absolutely love and adore this side of Ramosepele, because where has he been all along? It is the fieriness, it is the don't talk to me like that attitude, it is the how dare you Sibanda that he speaks in that manner. He objected. We didn't even get to hear what his objection was. FYI, my lord, you cut him off immediately and said, oh my goodness, otherwise we will never finish this case. So people mustn't interrupt when things are put incorrectly on the record. I agree with Ram's objection because Sibanda had said identical. How identical to what? Show us what you mean by identical. And then Sibanda is not the best at arguing. He gets really emotional very soon, very fast. And he says, I wasn't even talking about that. And then I was talking about the download from 2021. You didn't say that in your sentence. That's the thing. You didn't say that. So which photo? Because you told us there's over 5,000 photos. So it cannot be identical to 5,000 photos. And not only that, Mr. Ndlovu, Warrant Officer Ndlovu, confessed himself. Okay, it's on the record. Check it. He said he never looked at the photos individually. He never audited that. He just looked at download. Okay, perfect. The numbers are the same. The size of the file is the same. Legit. That's all he did. We'll talk about the incompetence in that and later on. But the most important thing is he cannot say, yes, it's identical. No, you cannot. You never looked at the photos before. And then, my lord, Uncle Tom tendencies come up and creep up. I think during the break we're going to go over Uncle Tom in detail, so make sure you don't miss any of the lives once they take their recess. Because did I say recess? Recess. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to read Uncle Tom. Okay. So the judge says, if after being in this court for 2 years and one still confuses a photograph with a lithograph, then we have serious problems. As per usual, always undermining the defense, treating them like they're dumb, and I'm not even using air quotes. He literally is so condescending to the defense. It is disappointing. But let's continue listening on and hear where exactly this re-examination goes, because what remains is, yes, indeed, Shololo did say you are not a facial identification expert. Yeah, the court and the trial of SENZO MEYIWA. Here goes.
Yes, you're busy giving a comment. Can you proceed regarding the downloads and exhibit DD4B?
wathi la usakhuluma ke baba baba warrant officer Ndlovu lama la nethome lathi udownloadile futhi nalama exhibit la
engicabanga ukuthi bese ngikwenzele ngizophinde ngikwenze ukuthi mina engicabanga ukuthi umsebenzi wami ngiwenze ngokuthembeka nangobuqotho ngoba
what I can say is that I did my work with my utmost best and also trustworthy.
Engicabanga ukuthi nomuntu ohleli la uzokubona lokuthi konke bengikhuluma ngokuthembeka nangobuqotho.
And even each and every person that is seated before this court will see that I have done my work accordingly to the best of my ability and also with honesty.
Ngoba ebengicela bona ukuthi ngiconfirm lokhu abakwenzile nalokhu engikuphethe.
Because of what was being asked out of me, it was to do the analysis between what they what I was being shown, 940, together with the CD that I have printed out or that I've made out. What I cannot doubt in saying,
lama photo lawo mabapresenta la uma ngabe sifaka in besho inamba is the same number ela kule sithombe.
What I can also further highlight to this court, it is when these pictures they were shown on the screen, pertaining to the date that had appeared on the pictures that were depicted on the screen, it is the same page number that is depicted on these pictures. Of which I think that is the reason as to why I was then called to come to this honorable court and to do that work.
So logo angeke ngize ngingabaza ukuthi kuyikho okwakwenziwe yini le thombe ziphuma kule extraction ebengikuyo ngiyabona.
And to that I cannot even doubt myself that these indeed are part of my duties, no, these are part of the work that I've conducted. And thank you.
And just to also add a cherry on top, Mr. Ramosepele also admitted before this court that the photo as well as the features that you place on record are a correct representation of accused number 2.
That's not a clarified question.
It's a re-examination, my lord. I want the witness to comment.
It's not a clarifying question. What is it, ma'am? What do you call it?
My lord, it's argumentative. The witness has already responded when that assertion was made by the
question
defense.
is allowed because it's under re-examination. Am I correct?
That's correct,
is
my lord. It is under re-examination.
Evidence in chiefs or cross-examination or re-examination?
Re-examination.
Okay, fine. Yeah, okay, fine. You can continue with it.
Sir, Counsel, will you please repeat the question again?
I'm saying to add a cherry on top, Mr. Ramosepele has already admitted before this court that photo 1 up to 16 is correct, is a correct description of accused number 2. There's no challenge that.
By the way, did I ever tell you guys that I can tell when somebody rushes to the comment section but has not watched the video? I can always tell, FYI. However, I digress. Now, you heard it for yourself. To those who were arguing with me in the last video that no, Rams did not say that he agrees that is Bongani Ntanzi. He did. And I say that was a grave mistake for him to put that on record. Guess who has taken the words out of Ramosepele's mouth and brought them back on the record and highlighted them and even uses the famous cherry phrases, okay? And Sibanda says, Dr. Sibanda says, to add a cherry on top. That alone, highlight those words, okay? Write it down, to add a cherry on top. Highlight it. He is highlighting the importance of that statement, or should I say, the downfall of Bongani Ntanzi because of his attorney's statement, which says, and then the doctor continues to say, Mr. Rams also admitted before this court that the photos and features are a correct representation of accused number 2. He said it. I heard him. And I know when people comment, they don't watch the whole video, because I discussed this in the previous video, but I'm bringing it back up because the doctor here brought it back up and said it, I guess, louder and clearer. Drop a 1 in the comment section if you agree that this was a bad move from Ramosepele. Putting that on the record. Yeah. I don't know how they'll recover from that. I don't know how they'll do it. I just know it's on the record right now inside Pagati. Judge Rata Tom, Uncle Tom, German Shepherd. Ooh, and the German Shepherd was on full force today. Did you hear how he almost bit Shalolo when she objected to the question? Because Shalolo understands the implication of that statement. That's why she objected and started speaking before even saying, I object. She gets it. She gets it. If you don't believe me, watch the previous video. The thumbnail is an actual lover, okay? An elephant. Watch the video. I discuss it, I guess, at the end of the video, but I go through it. Watch the whole video, okay? Stop skipping through videos and stop skipping through ads also. And don't comment if you haven't watched the video. Watch the video, then comment. I think that's the best way. Yeah. Anyway, I'm yapping. Let's continue listening on.
Bathi-ke ummeliki omeleka kumnumzana wesibili-ke lapho bakuntanzi usho ukuvumile ukuthi isithombe sokuqala kufuneka kusithombe seshumi nesithupha-ke lapho-ke kuqiniso ukuthi lapho-ke umuntu okutshela okhona lapho-ke umuntu ofana ncamashi nomsolo wesibili. Yes, I hear you.
It accords with your evidence.
Bathi hambisana futhi nofaka okulethile. I admit to that.
And then further, in relation to the chain of custody.
And futhi ukuhambisana nalokho ade khona-ke ngesikhathi sabe kulethu ithoma dathathiwe ngesikhathi wasejele.
Kunjani?
That is correct.
Can you also clarify that in terms of the metadata that I took you through yesterday, the photos that were shown to you yesterday as per your downloads were taken with the Samsung J5?
Athimana nodaba lwemetadata kusho ukuthi ithombe lezi kulotshengisa zona-ke elangeni endlule elanga layizolo ukuthi bayithwebula-ke ngocingo noma umakhalekhukhwini abambiza ukuthi i-J5.
Kunjani?
That is correct.
No further questions, my lord.
Yeah, okay, me, I suffer from astigmatism, meaning my conceptual vision is defective when it reaches a certain length. Angiboni kahle mangijongisisa ekudeni. That's why I put on spectacles, okay? Is there anything wrong with your eyesight, sir?
No, I don't have any eyesight
You
problem.
don't wear spectacles.
Awugqoki ibuko zamehlo. I do put on my spectacles, eye spectacles at times. However, I don't have eyesight problem.
Okay. And then when you're driving your motor vehicle?
Moshayile moto? No, I don't put on my eye spectacles.
Okay. Thanks. Like I said, me, I suffer from that. That's why I use this gadget. You don't use any gadget to read, for instance, to view or read what you see in this document, DD4A.
I'm not making use of anything.
Okay.
Of any gadget.
Okay, thank you. Is that it, sir? Right, with this witness.
Indeed so, my lord.
Thank you so much for your assistance.
Bayabonga-ke mnumzana ngesikhathi sakho futhi ngosizo lwakho manje ungakhuleka ungahamba.
All right, Officer Ndlovu.
Thank you, Your Lordship.
My lord, it's 11:21. Can we take the normal tea break? We try to line up another witness. We just want to communicate with the witness. Okay.
Anyway, it doesn't matter what the defense does. They will always meet the German Shepherd resistance, okay? But I have one little comment I want to add before I close. the judge says, okay, yeah, me, I, and he loves to say me, I, and I've been avoiding talking about it. You can't say me, I, okay? English doesn't allow that. You have to say I. The judge just should say, I suffer from astigmatism, not me, I. He always says it. Clock me if I'm wrong, but you guys, if you pay attention, you'll hear he says it all the time. He always starts with me, I. There's no such word. There's no such. That is incorrect grammar. But I'm being petty. We are not there, and this is not an English class. But here's the thing. He's asked Ndlovu if he has a defective eyesight and Ndlovu says no, there's nothing wrong with his eyes. And then the judge asks him, do you put on spectacles? And he says, I do put on spectacles, but I don't have eyesight problems. Now, where the optometrists in the room? Where are the eye experts in the room? So he is wearing what? Amazaza in the office. What is he trying to say? You can't say I do put on spectacles, but I don't have an eye problem. You put on spectacles because you have an eye problem. Why am I saying that? Because I put on spectacles, okay? And I'm not just putting them on for the fun of it. I'm putting them on because I need to see. They help me see better. So what do you mean you put on spectacles? That sentence should have been traversed. The defense should have been given an opportunity to cross-examine him on that final word. But we know my Lord would never allow that, because he just proceeds to go to the stage to say, what's happening next? Are you done with this witness? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far in the video, you are the real MVP, because you watch, you listen, and you comment. Let's say it again. Watch, listen, and comment, because I've seen people jump to conclusions and then they run to the comment section, and then I see with my spectacles that you haven't watched the full video. Okay, let me know your thoughts. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Mzansi Unfiltered checking out. Bye.